Hello everyone, this is Manikandan here. Today we are going to learn about the topic called as discovered attack. Discovered attack is a kind of automatic attack. Example, this white queen and the opponent queen are in the same diagonal. Here we are playing for white. So if we move this pawn somewhere, we can try to capture this opponent queen in the next move. But if we make any normal move with the pawn, they can capture us. So whenever you make a discovered attack, you should try to give check to the opponent king. So here we can do that by pushing the pawn so that we can attack the opponent king. So they have to respond to this check so they can capture us, and then we can capture this queen. So discovered attack is a kind of automatic attack. Let's see some more examples so that we can understand this very clearly. Here it is white's turn to play. If you look closely, this bishop and this queen are in the same diagonal, which means we have to move the knight somewhere so that we can create some discovered attack against the opponent queen. But if we make any normal move with the knight, this queen has some time so they can move the queen and escape from this attack. So remember, whenever you try to create a discovered attack, you should give check to the opponent king so that they don't have time to escape from the attack. Here we have two possible checks which we can give by moving the knight, that is e6 and f5. Here the correct one will be going to f5 so that after the king moves we can get this queen. And why not knight to e6? This also looks correct, but here the king will not move away. Instead they can capture our knight by moving the queen so that we cannot get the queen in the next move. So that is why it is good to go knight to f5 to make the successful discovered attack. Let's see the next one. I hope you might have understood this topic. So try to find this on your own. It is white's turn to play. How could white make a successful discovered attack? You can pause the video and try to think. Okay. First we have to recognize where the discovered attack is going to happen. Here our rook and the opponent queen are in the same rank, which means we have to move the knight somewhere so that we can create a discovered attack against the queen. Second thing, we have to find a check and a good check. Again we have like two possible checks, knight to e6 and then knight to c6. Which one will be the successful one? Could you spot the difference? Here the successful one is knight to c6. After the king moves, we can get this queen. And why not knight to e6? Because here again the queen can move away and escape. At the same time they can capture our knight so that we cannot capture the queen in the next move. So knight to c6 is a successful discovered attack. Let's see the next one. Here it is white's turn to play. You can pause the video and try to think for white. Here the rook and the opponent knight are in the same file, which means we have to move the knight somewhere to create the discovered attack. And should we move it to f5 to give a check, or should we move it to e6 so that we can give a check? If you have come up with knight to e6, then that is correct, because after the king moves we can definitely get the knight. At the same time we can give support to this knight. And if you chose knight to f5, this is not perfect because the black knight can capture us and escape from the discovered attack. So we should go knight to e6. Let's see the next one. Here it is white's turn to play. Maybe this could be slightly tricky, so focus clearly. And how could white make a successful discovered attack? You can pause the video and try to think. This rook and this bishop are in the same rank, which means we have to move this bishop and deliver some check to the opponent king so that we can capture this bishop. So if you chose bishop to c8, that is not that much safe because they can capture our bishop. It is true that we can capture this bishop, but it is a kind of equal exchange. We lose 3 points and we get 3 points. So we don't get any advantage out of it. So on the other hand, if we go bishop to f3 and give a check, this would be successful because the king has to move somewhere, then we can get this bishop for free. So bishop to f3 is the successful discovered attack. I hope everyone understood this topic of discovered attack. That's all for today. See you in the next class. Bye.